Hi, welcome to the Native Wildman channel. Your host, Sean Catfish Wilson. And today I'm going to go over with you a few of my fixed blade knives. Starting with the least expensive to the most, with the exception of this, because this is my two most used kitchen knives. First, we're gonna start with this Rapala fillet knife. And comes with a plastic sheath, has a sharpener in it, but I don't use it, of course. I actually took this down to my 3000 grit stone. And Rapalas, if you buy them in the store brand new, they're pretty inexpensive. I got this one for a Christmas gift from my sister. I also have an Ozark Trail knife I got from my parents. I'll have to do a video on that set. I'm not too impressed with the knife, but the hatchet and the machete, pretty sharp for Ozark Trail. The hatchet isn't anymore because, well, I used it to dig a sand pit, a fire pit. I think I may have explained it in a previous video. I can't remember. Next, we have this SOG. The blade still on this Rapala, before I get to the SOG, is it's an unknown blade still from China, but they are flexible and they get sharp. You can put a good edge on them. Okay, SOG specialty knife. I kind of like this part here, but as you can see, the blade still needs quite a bit of work done to it. A coworker gave it to me a few years ago. I've used it for a few things, but honestly, I'm not too impressed with SOG still, SOG still. So, but I do love this handle on it, so I will eventually take some time and see what I can do with the edge, but I've got other knives that I like better that are pretty good. This is a Mora, made in Sweden, stainless steel. It has a ferro rod in it. And as you can see, it's been used. I almost got a fire started with it, but I haven't really practiced it too much. I got a big lighter, I cheat. Oh yeah, the Rapala sheath. This is a belt loop. I like the belt loop on it. Yeah, the sheath, it stays on my belt. I don't necessarily like that it's a belt clip style, but on the other hand, you can clip it on and off real quick if you need to. But the sheath, it's not bad itself. And this just turns and pops out. And this knife does a really good job cutting. And this thing runs about, I think I got it for about 25. I can't remember. I made a video on it. When the price was fresh in my brain. Then we have this Ka-Bar hunting knife. And I took this down to my 3000 grit. Then I did a couple strops with my new 5000 Shahiru, if I'm pronouncing that right. All the words in it's in Japanese on the thing except for the brand name. Or the writing, I guess. But so it has a stacked leather handle opposed to these other ones that's had a rubberized or plastic. Actually, these have rubberized and plastic too. Or whatever Cold Steel calls it. I can't remember. And this is a traditional style fixed blade. I would call it a traditional style fixed blade. Same with my case. It runs about $40 to $50 depending where you get it. Most of my knives I order in through Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Then go to the sheath. It's just a leather sheath that has a little plastic liner in it, which you can, there you go. What I don't like is that this is real loose, or that it's just in there loose. I wish they would have stitched it so it would stay still. It'd make it easier to clip and unclip. But other than that, it is an easier style sheath to do than another knife. And then my case. Minifin. It's about a $50 knife. Let's move the sheath over here. Really similar to the Ka-Bar. almost identical blade design. I do like this a little bit better on the K-bar, the brass finger guard, how it just goes straight up, opposed to the case where the leather goes up to one more notch. But it's still a comfortable knife. I like it. I've used it quite a bit. And the case is pretty new, but I've taken it out and I've used it. I sharpened it down to, I think, yeah, 3,000 with a couple hits on the 5,000. My fillet knife will probably take to the 5,000 though, really well. Okay, my next fixed blade. This is around $100. It's a Cold Steel Leatherneck SF. They also make it in the Tonto blade style, or Tonto, yeah, Tonto blade. Americanized Tonto, really. This is my favorite fixed blade. Comfortable in the hand. It's been well used. Can't see it on camera, but the edge needs a little work to it, but not bad. Probably take it to my 400 Chicera stone, and shouldn't take long to get a good edge back on it. I mean, I can shave with it already most of the blade length. And then of course it has the Kydex sheath, and the same with my Cold Steel Master Hunter. This has whatever Cold Steel uses for the coating, I can't remember. And then it's German 4116, I think, steel. I mean, it holds good edge retention, sharpens up good. Then we go to this one. It's around $125. A little dirty. I've been using it as a bread knife because I bought half a loaf of this. Can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's round, and it's a type of rye bread. It's really good, from Radina's Bakehouse here in Manhattan, Kansas. So if you're ever in Manhattan, Kansas, and you want to get some good bread, go to Radina's Bakehouse. And I don't know about their coffee. I don't like coffee, but their tea and pastries I've had there are phenomenal. The best Earl Grey tea I've ever had is from Radina's, and I know the brand. It's Harney's and Sons. Really good Earl Grey tea. Really good tea. Everything that I've had. But anyways, off the subject. I guess it's kind of on explaining what I use this knife for. I didn't wash it before I brought it down. So it's bread. I've only had to sharpen this knife once since I've owned it. It's a VG1 Sanmai steel. I like it. It's been pretty good. Stays really sharp. And the knife is real comfortable in the hand. But the only thing I don't like is, you see that? I mean, it's just cosmetic. I kind of wish that this had a metal finger guard, like similar to this one, but maybe thick like this one, because it's cold steel. because what happens when it comes in and out of this Securex sheath, you have those on both sides of the sheath. If I can't, there you go. And this rubberized handle, let me zoom in for you. As you see, it's just wearing off that rubberized stuff, and it looks real ugly. Cosmetic. I know it's just a cosmetic thing right now, but eventually it'll probably cause the knife not to stay in the sheath. That's the only thing that I don't like about this knife. Cold Steel needs to, well, I guess they sold out to a different company from what I heard, which is sad. But yeah, that's the only bad thing about this knife. Other than that, it cuts really well. Okay, next we'll go to my actual kitchen knives. I've actually used most of these up here for kitchen knives at one point in time. Alright, the box says Z-Lite. I've actually showed you this knife. AUS 10 Super Steel, built to last. 66 layers. Sturdy spine. Front of blade smaller for cutting jobs. Mid section of the blade where most cutting is done. Blade of the heel heavy for heavy cuts where most pressure can be applied. Okay, as you can see, that doesn't include the other knife that's in there, which is my Z-Willing paring knife. It will run you about 50 bucks. I took it down to did a few strikes on the 5000. I haven't gone completely over it with it yet, but I did go over it more than any of the other ones. And for a $50 cooking knife, this thing gets sharp. This is probably by far my sharpest knife. Besides maybe that fillet knife, it's pretty sharp too. But yeah, I really like this Z-Willing knife. Comfortable, well-performing knife. Holds an edge good. It takes an edge good. Then we'll go to my Z-Lite, and I'm not 100% sure what steel they use on the Z-Willing. I have to look it up. This knife is a pretty good knife. It has a couple nicks in the blade though. So this one, nothing that I can't work out now that I've got the proper stones to do it. Now it's just a matter of not being lazy and actually doing it. But even with these nicks, the edge on it, really super sharp. It's really good. I like it. I like this knife a lot. It's pretty comfortable in your hand. No bolster on any of my cooking knives, or any cooking knife I'll get in the future will be a bolsterless knife. I don't like trying to sharpen around bolsters. It's a pain in the butt, especially if you're using stones. But my Z-Lite, I think it runs around $100. My really good friend Hefe gave it to me. But yeah, good knife. Comes with this nice carrying case for it. And then, in case I want to travel somewhere and use my knives. Oops. Ta-da! I rigged it up to put my little paring knife in there. Pretty cool, huh? I don't plan on ever getting rid of it, so. And it has a magnetic shut to keep that shut. So let me know what you think about my collection of fixed blades. I do have a few that I don't have out right now because I didn't want to dig them out and look for them, and I don't really use them too often. One I need to, I'm probably going to eventually buy a work sharp to actually get the edge on it, because it's a blunted edge. It came that way, and it's got the coating on it, so it's gonna be a pain. But anyways, let me know what you think about my knife, and please give me a like. Peace and long life.